So for Christmas I bought my family a new home theater system complete with a 5.1 channel sound system, PlayStation 4 Pro, and Apple TV 4K. Today we're going to get it all set up. We're going to go ahead and start off with the receiver. This is a Yamaha RX V385. So right on the top of the packaging we have the remote, pretty basic remote. We have the YPOW calibration mic. This is what you connect to the receiver to automatically calibrate all of the speakers. Radio antennas in this bag, as well as it looks like a user's manual, and the FM antenna right here. Here's the receiver itself wrapped up in this foam. Check that out right there. On the front it has a USB port, which is pretty nice for charging devices like a PS4 controller. And around the back is all of the I/O. There, see, there's 4 HDMIs, and these are all HDCP 2.2. Next up are the two pairs of Klipsch R51M speakers, and I'm probably going to have to stand up for this one. So right on the top we have the user's manual as well as some rubber feet to put on the bottom of the speakers. And under the styrofoam are the actual bookshelf speakers themselves. There's one of them, and here's the second one. Now these are ported. They do have a removable grill as per the ones I have. They're a removable magnetic grill. So there's one pair of them. I'm going to unbox the second one off camera. Next up is something I have never actually unboxed before. This is a Klipsch Reference R34C center channel. It's got 4, I believe, 3.5-inch woofers as well as a single 1-inch Track-Trix horn tweeter and dual, they're called Track-Trix ports. I don't know why they're called that, but that's what Klipsch calls them. So there it is, guys. This is actually bigger than the soundbar we currently have hooked up to the TV. Under the cover you can see all 4 drivers and the tweeter, and around back, something the bookshelf speakers do not have is mounting built directly into the box. The last part of the sound system is this 12-inch subwoofer, and I'm not entirely sure how in frame this is going to be on either of the cameras, but we're just going to go ahead and unbox it anyway. So something different from mine, the power cable is now detachable. Pretty nice. Under the front cover here, this one is not magnetic, it's just on little studs. But under here you've got the 12-inch copper woofer with a rubber surround. And around back you have the gain control, the low pass filter, phase, normal or reverse, and the power switch, which I believe has off, auto, or on, and the line in. Next up are the mounts for the speakers. So I've got a pair of these wall mounts. These are the same ones that I use in my room, and it doesn't appear that they are taped. Yeah, look at that right there. So there's 2 in here, but I'm pretty sure I'm only going to be using one of them because there is a shelf where I can put the other one. But this is the general look of it. Decoration piece. This is what the speaker actually sits on. And this goes over this to cover the screws up, right like that. And here is the mounting hardware. And last up is the speaker stands that I accidentally had shipped here instead of to Darian's house. These things actually weigh like 40 pounds, but there are 2 32-inch stands in here. Alright. And this is why it's so heavy. This is the base for it, so it stays on the floor. I believe this is what goes on the top to set the speakers on. This is the pole, also made of metal. And of course there's two in here, so there's two of everything. This is the hardware to put everything together, and I believe the carpet spikes are in here as well. It even comes with tools. I kind of like that. With the sound system out of the way, we can get on to the content side of things. So we're going to start off with this PlayStation 4 Pro. I do have one of these, I just never did an unboxing video of it, so this is going to make up for it. Alright, so just like any other PlayStation, at the top you've got the controller, HDMI cable, a micro USB to charge the controllers with, and the power cable for the PS4 itself. And then right under this flap right here, you've got the actual PlayStation 4 Pro console wrapped up in cardboard as well as styrofoam. And there it is. Just the standard black PS4 Pro. Guess we'll go ahead and unbox the accessories while we're at it. Controller here, and it does come with a charge. I don't know if you can see the light blinking, but it is. We have a micro USB cable to charge the controller with. We have a headset, which I'm not even going to bother unboxing, and a HDMI cable, as well as the power cable, which was not in a bag. Last up is the Apple TV 4K. This is pretty much the easiest thing ever to unbox. Just cut that, peel the plastic back, and it slides out just like an iPhone box. So you've got your Siri remote right here with all of its nice shiny and textured glass. You've got the power cable right here and the actual Apple TV itself right here. And I can't remember if these things come with HDMI cables or not. It does not, but it comes with a lightning cable to charge the remote. And there it is, guys, the Apple TV 4K with its little fan on the bottom of it. So now that the unboxing is done, we are going to get a temporary setup going because I don't have a drill with me to wall mount the front speakers. We're getting ready to start transferring all the data from the old one up to the new PS4 Pro. It's kind of just sitting on top of mine for right now, but it's time for this thing's first boot up ever. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing set up. Well, this is the longest part of the setup process. We got the old one down here, and in order to do this you do have to be connected over Ethernet, so I just stole the Ethernet from my PS4 and put it on that one, and I had an extra one down there, so we're going. Very slowly, but we're going. There's the new sound system right there. You've got all four of the surround speakers, as well as the center channel and the subwoofer. The old sound bar is kind of just hanging out over there. On the coffee table, we have the receiver and the PS4 Pro, which is now completely transferred from the old one, so I'll be putting that back where the old one used to be. And also behind the couch, we've now got both of the Kanto speaker stands set up, and I gotta run some wire, and the bookshelf speakers will sit on top of them. We are now a decent amount done. I've got a sort of temporary solution, especially the receiver right there. This is by no means a permanent solution. This is just what works for right now until we get some sort of stand that goes here so we can get the receiver off the floor. Subwoofer is going to be going right there, but I wanted to explain how I'm going to be setting that up first. So if you look at the low pass filter, there is a setting called LFE, and there's also an input marked LFE. This is what I'll be using, and this pretty much bypasses any internal low pass filter built into the amp and allows you to use whatever you have set on your receiver. We'll also have this in normal phase and auto power, so it comes on with the receiver. The subwoofer is now placed right here. Again, this is super temporary until we get this thing out of the way with an actual shelf that will hold AV equipment. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the TV and calibrate all of the speakers with the receiver using that microphone that came with it. As you see, HDMI 2 has no signal, and that is because the receiver is still not turned on. There's no batteries in the remote because of course they didn't include them, so we're just gonna hit the power button on the receiver. Main on, HDMI 1, and there it is. Nothing going out because nothing's going in. I'm going to go ahead and grab batteries for the remote, and we will set up the speakers using the microphone that came with it. Under the setup menu, under speaker, configuration, power amp, assign surround, biamp, or surround I guess is the only other option you have. We're going to turn the crossover down to 60 Hertz. Leave these on small so the subwoofer gets more use. Not entirely sure why, but if you change these to large, it takes away bass from the subwoofer. Subwoofer phase is going to stay on normal, extra bass is going to stay off, and virtual cinema front is also going to stay off because I did set up rear speakers. This is the Yamaha Y-POW mic right here. Pretty much what you do with this is plug it into the Y-POW port on the front of the receiver, and then set the microphone where you want the speakers to be calibrated as if a person were sitting there. So for me, I'm just going to stick it right here for the purpose of this video and for the purpose of this temporary setup. But to actually get the automatic calibration menu to show up, you have to plug this into the receiver. There's the auto calibration menu right here, guys. I am going to actually set this camera up on a tripod so you can get an idea of what this actually does. That's about all there is to it. As you can see, that is way easier than setting all of the gain levels yourself. Not too sure why the subwoofer didn't do anything, but that's okay because that's a really easy thing to set up by yourself. But now we can go ahead and disconnect the mic. Here it is, guys, all temporarily set up. It's funny, the PS4 Pro actually won't even fit in here. To close it, we're gonna have to kind of turn it to its side like that, and then we'll be able to close the door. But anyway, I'm not going to be doing a bump demo for this video just because it's all temporarily kind of ghetto rigged right now, but I will be doing an update video later on once these 3 speakers are up on the wall, and in that video there will be a bump demo. I've already broken in the subwoofer, everything sounds great. So guys, that is going to be it for the setup and unboxing of this sound system. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and until the next video, that is going to be it.